All right, so I mentioned I was at this wedding on the weekend, and the pre-drinks, the Friday night pre-drinks before the wedding.
Love prees.
We were at the local pub saying good day to the bride and groom to be and all the family and everything before we wandered back to the Airbnb a few blocks away. So let's say it's a 10-minute walk.
Yep.
End of the night, you pack up all the kids. We had the trolley, the trusty trolley. You can take anywhere. Had
the same one you take the beach and that.
Oh, yep. We take it everywhere.
Sorry, did you take all three?
Yep. And we were staying with the in-laws as well.
Okay.
So there was a big crowd of us
All right.
kind of carrying them all. We had a bunch of bags and different things. And wandering back, I had the new guy strapped to me in the ergo, of course.
Yep.
And it wasn't late, maybe like 7:30 or so. And obviously on the way back home.
Bit stumbly.
Inkling. Yeah, I need to do a bit of a bush wee.
Oh, bushway, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so this is a bit difficult. He's strapped to the front of me, facing out. He was awake, having a great time, looking around. Should be fine. So I start doing business, and he decides he just wants to start trying to touch it with his foot and kicking. And so he's got both his little legs just flailing around, and I'm just going, oh, stop it.
You're
Don't
leaning
move.
back further and further. Yeah.
It's all down his leg. And you know what it's like as well, because you can't really, this thing's on you, can't see what's happening. You just hope it's okay.
You can't reach it. You're trying to get under his leg to hold it. You just unzip. You're going.
My word.
So I think we got away okay, but it was
That's
a bit
good.
dicey there for a minute. But the shit dad moment of the week happened from the granddad, from their poppy, my father-in-law, who drove us down from the airport in his big four-wheel drive car. On I'm going to say the second or the third day. Essentially, we went out for the day, had the kids' bags, and got to one of the destinations that we were going to. All right, kids, sit down. We need to do this thing. You can just watch your iPads for a little bit. Pull out my daughter's iPad, and it was smashed to bits, absolutely all cut up, all like bent in half, basically. And I'm just going, oh, what happened here? And she looks at it and she goes, Poppy, he ran over my bag with the car.
Oh, no.
And he looked over and he was like mortified. He's like, oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I thought I ran over something. Everything else in the bag was fine. There was a dinted water bottle. Everything else was just completely normal. But then, yep.
Oh, that's horrendous.
And it wasn't just like...
That shit ain't
It wasn't
cheap.
just smashed like your iPad, a couple of cracks on the screen. It was like destroyed. Like kids will, get shards kind of using it. So safe to say that went in the bin.
Oh, dear.
Oh, that's tough.
Yuck. What do you got, Dave?
Mate, mine's just to share a bit of a day. We went off to Movie World.
Yeah.
So we're like, okay, we battled. It's too early for the drive for Miss 1-year-old to fall asleep, but we're like, nah, we're just going to do it. We might just have to ergo it with her, which we knew it wasn't going to happen. So she had about a 20-minute sleep on the way. Like, try to transfer to the ergo. Nah, just lost it. And then I tried to go like, I got her, and then just walked away and like tried to get her sleep. Clearly I did it. So they copped it before we even got into Movie World. Like, I just told you. I was like, oh, fucking hell, whatever. Trying to do the right thing. So that's the start of Movie World.
Oh, no.
Anyway, I got in there and it's just like...
Was it a roller coaster of emotions?
Oh, man.
I see what you did there.
It was a Scooby-Doo coaster of emotions. It's been shut down so long.
What?
No. Yeah, Scooby-Doo. It's the best ride there. Stuck down. No, but anyway, we went there and had a really good time. The kids were really good. But our kind of moment, and it wasn't just a shit dad, it was a shit mum and dad moment. It came from just outside in the little kids area is a little water pad. Like just a tiny little one. It's not much, but just
The
water
splash.
coming out. Yeah, splash pad, essentially. Anyway, so we got them changed into their gear. And we're like, yep, no problem, you'll be fine. 1-year-old, we're not putting a swim nappy on you, you're fine. But literally, like, first one, like, standing there next to it, just, like, stops and looks at us. Like, you're doing a pee, aren't you? Next minute, it just dribbles down everywhere. Like, oh, fuck. And then next minute, but the 4-year-old thought that was funny. So then just stops where she is and like, I'm doing a wave! Okay, that's fine. Just get under the water. That's easy. I
least it
don't
wasn't
care.
a poo.
Just don't talk about it.
Yeah, just don't yell at us
Yeah.
over everybody. Like, and that's the problem. Was that. But anyway, that actually wasn't even the moment. It was like we wanted our 1-year-old to get wet. She was just like loving time, just running around the outside, just enjoying it all. But there was one right near us. That's going to look good on the camera too. Wave my hand up and down. No, there was one right near us in front of it that was sporadically on and off. And it was quite soft. And I managed to get the girls to look down at it. You know, like on the, like, where's the hose? Where is it? Is it coming down? Is it coming down? And every time, like, I just couldn't get the timing right. So every time they're looking at it, they'd both get up next minute. It'd come up. And I'm like, oh, you are either more clever than me, which is probably more so the case, or like I was just bad in timing. So, but our moment was coming from the fact that we wanted our kids to be squirted in the face from those.
Trying to stitch them up.
Yeah, and we were just sitting there the whole time just recording. Like, come on, this is going to be hilarious. Come on, do it. I reckon we spent about 20 minutes trying to get them to do it.
Love it.
So, yeah, that was about it. But another one was I had to put my dad voice on.
Good. Veins?
To another kid that wasn't even mine.
You.
I was like trying to cut in. I was like in the little drive car area. He like pushed in front of about 20 kids and got to us finally, or 20 people kind of thing. Got to us and just in there talking. And then so I got to the front and was trying to and then try to cut straight in. I was like, where the fuck is your parents? Like, you're 5. Because he ended up talking to me anyway. I'm like, yeah, mate. Yep. Anyway, next minute the line starts moving again. He tries to cut in front of me. I had to like literally put my hand on his shoulder, like in front of him. Like, no, mate, get behind me. And he looks up at me. Like, do not push in front of me and my daughter. And he's like, oh. And then came back and looked. I reckon he tried that about 5 times.
But no one else stood up to him.
No one else did. And then like another kid, like an older kid who was probably as tall as me, so he probably wasn't a kid, he was probably a teenager. Anyway, starts going from us like, beat it, mate. By the time I was done, it was only 15 minutes away. And I'm like, get behind me. And he looks at me, I'm like, no, mate, you're not pushing in front of me. Get behind me.
Line etiquette.
Yeah, no line etiquette at all.
So clearly I had gone and I dealt with it. And this kid then still got on. And I'm like, whatever, mate, you would have been waiting another 5 minutes. I'm like, where the fuck is your parent? Anyway, finally saw who it was at the end. I'm like, yeah, okay, gotcha. I understand why. But the staff came over to me, one of the staff members afterwards, as I'm walking my little girl on, sitting on the back of the car. She's like, man, that little Flash kid just wanted to keep pushing in front of me. And I'm like, yeah, could you not see me wanting to punt him to the back of the line? And she's like, yeah, I did.
Good patience.
But she's like, thanks for not.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. So I'm like, I don't like
dadding another kid.
I don't like parenting other kids. You know what I mean?
But if their
Someone's
parents
got to.
aren't around, you know?
Yeah, well, that's what I mean.
If someone's got to show them the line etiquette.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Beat it. Next time I'll kick you.
Boys, this
What do you got?
week my kids had their school colour run. So they do colour runs now instead of like fun runs or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Is that for Diwali or is that just...
No,
it's
it's just a fundraiser, PNC fundraising thing.
It's a really cool fundraiser for the schools because you...
Well, we made a shitload of money for the school, which was cool.
And I think the school gets 60%.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
80, something like that. 60
it's less than 50%. But yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. That's all right. It's still a lot of money. So
Oh, see, that's cool because we did one and we...
depends who you go through.
Yeah, I must have. Yeah. But either way, like, that's good.
So they had their little colour run, and we were like, the PNC guys were all volunteering for like to help with all the stations and stuff. So they had the chalk stations, they had the water stations, they had like obstacles and stuff. And I, of course, jumped on the water station because I'm the messy guy. So
Oh, you're the fiery, you know?
the fun fiery dad.
So how did the fire truck go hosing down all those kids?
I wish we could have taken the fire truck. It would have been so good.
That
God.
6-year-old's just been flung
I would
across the
have punched
oval.
him with the monitor, the big
Yeah.
hose on the top of the truck, and smashed him with 2,900 litres a minute. That would have been sick. Anyway, so we had to settle for buckets of water and water pistols and that. But I found the hose that they used to fill the buckets up. And, of course, I smashed the kids with the hose. So that was a lot of fun. And I was really pissed off because I didn't get pictures of my kids doing it. All I wanted was a picture of my kids covered head to toe in chalk. It would have been sick. Anyway, I didn't get that because I was too busy having fun, like smashing the other kids with water, smashing the kids' teachers and the principal and everything, and ended up taking one of the buckets of water and putting it over the principal's head. So that was a bit of fun. A couple of the kids who raised the most money got to slime the principal and one of the teachers. That was awesome. The only problem with a colour run is they send the kids home covered in chalk, which is cool. Like, it's the end of the day. They've got to, like, they're not going to have showers at school. I get it. That's fine. But I've just got a reasonably new ute, and I didn't really feel like letting the boys in it. So I was like, do I let them walk home? Like I was going to drive home and then walk back and walk them home.
Yeah.
I was like, in the sun all day, had night shift that night. I was like, nah, fuck this. Let's just go. You know what? You're not getting in my car looking like that. Strip down. You're going home in your undies. And they weren't excited about that. Actually, sorry, I correct myself. The Mr. Six, he just, in an instant, he was stark naked. I was like, no, leave your undies on. It's okay. I jump in the car. Let's go. Like middle of the car park. Yeah. We are in eye view of like the whole drop-off zone. And he had no qualms. But I was like, no, it's okay. Keep your undies on. We'll head home in undies. Mr. 8, however, didn't want a bar of it. And I was just like, you're not getting in the car covered in chalk. You either stay here, you walk home by yourself, which is like probably a half-hour walk for him, or you strip down your undies and get in the car. Still didn't want a bar of it. I was like, look, mate, no one's watching you. No one cares if you, like, just take your shirt off. Nah. Not having it. I was like, all right. So you did the dad thing, open the front door, open the passenger door, and that was his dressing room. And he like quickly got down, right down to his undies, and he threw his clothes in the car, and he was like looking around the whole time like he was robbing the 7-Eleven, and he's just jumped in the car and is like slunk right down. I was like, nah, man, come on, sit up properly and put your seatbelt on, all that stuff. But nah, he wasn't having it. I felt a little bit bad, but I was like, no, I'm not
He's
letting
too
you.
young to be that self-conscious.
No, exactly. That's what I was thinking. And also, I was like, don't chalk up my new Ranger.
Most importantly.
Most importantly. Yeah. But yeah, that's my shit dad story.
Good story.
Nice, mate.